How the Salvation Army took over my benefits, the shocking truth. Before moving to the Salvation Army Southview Heights, I received over $350 a month through the Shelter Aid for Elderly Renters, SAFER, program. This financial support was a godsend. It helped cover my rent and medical expenses. However, when I reapplied for SAFER at the end of the year, I was shocked to discover that, because I had moved into the Salvation Army, the funds that were once sent directly to me had been redirected to them instead. I only learned this because I had been receiving SAFER before and assumed I would continue getting it. But now, without my knowledge or consent, that money was going straight to the Salvation Army. This raises a serious question: how many tenants are unaware that the Salvation Army is collecting these funds on their behalf? Concerned about where my money was going, I contacted the Ombudsperson's office. I needed to know if the SAFER funds were considered part of my income. Was this why my rent never matched the 70% of my bank statement that they claimed to use for calculation? On July 15, 2024, I received a response that left me deeply disappointed. The Ombudsperson's office stated they lack the legal authority to investigate complaints about the Salvation Army. This means the Salvation Army can mistreat residents without oversight or accountability. Instead, I was advised to contact the Salvation Army's Internal Communications Office or the Charities Directorate at the Canada Revenue Agency, agencies that offer little to no real help for individual complaints. Here's a direct excerpt from their letter. The Ombudsperson does not have the legal authority to investigate complaints about the Salvation Army. You may contact the following agencies to inquire if they may be able to assist you. This response made one thing painfully clear: Canada's legal system is failing the elderly and vulnerable. Despite raising serious concerns, I was left with no real path to justice. The Salvation Army continues to operate unchecked, while those of us who rely on their services are left voiceless. I'm sharing my story because this isn't just about me, it's about every vulnerable person in the Salvation Army who has been ignored, dismissed, or failed by the system. It's time to expose the truth and demand change. When I moved into Salvation Army Southview Heights on March 1, 2021, I underwent a full evaluation. From the moment you enter, they require direct deposit, gaining control not only of your rent but also access to your bank account, medical records, and personal affairs. Their message is simple: don't worry, we'll take care of everything for you. But in reality, what does that truly mean?